How does the alternative to the Student Union building plan to provide a space that will engage with the student body through its amenities for the purpose of creating an innovative community on campus?
Right, so before I answer your question, I want to address this idea of having an innovative community, because what is an innovative community? This really speaks to largely the problem that buzzwords have been tacked on to the yes side of this. There's much larger questions that students need to be asking themselves instead of, do I want a karaoke room? Personally, I would rather be engaged through thoughtful dialogue and through academics as opposed to being engaged through a napping room. These amenities aren't actually necessary. They might sound nice, they might sound fun, but they're not truly engaging. In 2012, a survey conducted at SFU found that the average student was graduating the university with $14,500 worth of student debt. With respect to the Build SFU levy system, which by 2022 will have students paying $90 per semester and at the very least $720 over the course of their degree, isn't it safe to assume that this project will be a massive financial burden on students, and by extension, a large percentage of the subs funding will come out of increased student loans and student debt?
Right now, students are paying $20 a semester for the year 2015. For a student graduating in 2017, so that's the projected finish time for the building, students will be paying about $200 total. That's an average of $25 a semester. And these are students who will not be using the facilities because they're graduating. After that, the plan is to increase the levy fees, so that students who are using it, or who are paying the higher fees, are using the facility. The first thing that they have done is they have doubled the bursary. So that means basically they're getting all their fees back.
Frankly, I don't think it's enough money going to enough students to alleviate that financial burden and lift them out of debt.
The other thing that they have done is Enoch, along with the board of directors, is currently working on a large-scale fundraising campaign to bring in fees that will alleviate the student fees. And lastly, something recently that has been done is SFU has pledged $150,000 towards this project, which would even further alleviate student fees. But we want to reduce the cost for students specifically. And we want to engage our students. We want them to feel at home here, to feel like they have community and a sense of belonging and purpose. The stadium project supports our athletes and athletic teams and serves as a venue that will bring our community together. It also provides new opportunities to host events such as concerts, which would bring in revenue for the Student Society and the school. How will saying no on September 22nd be better than this proposed stadium project for our institution and our community?
I am all about supporting our student athletes and really rallying that student spirit, but I don't think having a new set of bleachers is going to draw any more fans out to watch the games. You don't go to a game because of the facility. You go to the game because of the team. I believe saying no to this project will be better for our institution and for our community. I believe that there is a strong community on campus, and we haven't had a sub for the past 50 years. And in fact, the National Survey of Student Engagement found that, on average, SFU students are more happier overall with their in and out classroom experiences than UBC students who actually have 2 subs. Students are a little bit more insightful than that, and they're a little bit more resourceful in finding ways of connecting with people on campus. So we should really be using this money to maintain the institution we already have, so that way students can continue to come here and foster that community. We don't need another building. We need to fix the building we already have. While our campus is crumbling around us, why is the SFSS irresponsibly investing so heavily in new infrastructure? How does this building, which won't host academics and provide merely unnecessary amenities, help alleviate the poor maintenance and condition of our lecture halls and residence buildings?
I think it's important to differentiate between the Student Society and the institution of Simon Fraser University. As a student society, we actually don't get a complete say in how the facility is run. We get to advocate on improving our facilities, but we do not get to decide on how the funding is put into those facilities and maintaining those facilities. And so I think this is a great opportunity for students to make a stance at our university, asking for better facilities. Because we are building our own building, student-led, student-organized, and student-funded, We are setting a standard for our university that's high. So by building this building, it is a very necessary forward step towards a unified and engaged campus. Is it worth it? I think voting yes on September 22nd is definitely worth it.